So now we are going to discuss about the NUMA, that is non-uniform memory access. So before starting this, mostly commercially we know that most of the implementation which is being already happened, that is based on the symmetric multiprocessor or clustering. So commercially, if we see, the most of the times we will be getting, there are two kinds of ways in which the multiprocessor organization can be implemented, is SMP and the clustering. For some years, another approach is also known as non-uniform memory access, which has been a subject of research, and commercially NUMA products are now available. So first of all, before proceeding into the what is actually the NUMA, we will discuss about some terms regarding the what is actually the NUMA. So first term which is we have to discuss is nothing but uniform memory access. So in the uniform memory access, all the processor have to access all the parts of the main memory and using loads and store instruction. Second, the memory access time of the processor to all regions of the memory is same. Also, the access time to the memory for different processor is also same, which is comes under the UMA, that is uniform memory access. So the SMP, that is symmetric multiprocessor, comes under the UMA. Now comes the second term, that is non-uniform memory access, in which all the processor have access to all the parts of the memory using loads and store. Access time of the processor differs depending on which the region of the memory is being accessed. So the processor can able to access all the parts of the memory in the case of NUMA, but the region which is getting accessed, that depending upon that the timing will be different. So that's why the different processor access time access different regions of the memory at different speeds. So for all the different processor which is for which the shared memory is there, in the case of NUMA, the access times are different, or the speeds are also different. And the third category under that is cache coherent NUMA. So a NUMA system in which the cache coherence is maintained among the caches of the various processors, that is called as a cache coherent NUMA. A NUMA system without cache coherence is more or less equivalent to cluster. So if we are simply discuss that in NUMA, NUMA can be related to the clusters. The commercial products that have received much attention recently are CC NUMA systems, which are quite distinct from both SMPs as well as cluster. Usually, but unfortunately not always. Such systems are in fact referred to in the commercial literature as CC-NOVA systems. Now, we'll discuss about what is the main aim behind implementation or the thinking about the CC-NOVA or NOVA system. So for that, with the SMP system, there is a practical limit to the number of processors that can be used. An effective cache scheme reduces the burst traffic between any one processor and main memory. As the number of processors increases, this traffic bus is also increases. Also, the bus used in the exchange of cache coherence signals further adding to the burden. At some point, the bus become bottleneck, and performance degradation seems to limit the number of processors in the SMP configuration, which is limited to the 16 to 8, 16 to 64 processors. So SMP, because of the number of caches and the connection of the different caches to the same memory, it is limited to some extent, that is a 16 to 64 processor, and that is the main aim to go for the clusters. So in the processor limit in the SMP is one of the driving motivation behind the development of cluster system. However, with the cluster, each node has its own memory. Application do not see a large global memory. In effect, coherency is maintained in the software rather than hardware. This memory granularity affects performance, and to achieve maximum performance, software must be tailored to this environment. One approach to achieve large-scale multiprocessing while retaining the flavor of SMP is NUMA. So in the case of clusters, the memory is different, the access time can be different, but the software which is interrelated to the all the nodes of the cluster has to maintain and has to very well coordinated. So the software importance is more given to the cluster in the case of that. So for that we are discussing about the NOVA. Now the objective with the NUMA is to maintain a transparent system wide memory while permitting multiple multiprocessor nodes, each with its own bus or internal interconnect system. So this is our main aim or main objective of the NOMA. That is, first of all, it should be a system. The system memory should be transparent, and multiprocessor nodes and should able to access that memory with its own bus and some interconnects. So actually, how this is getting implemented, that we are going to discuss. So this is actually the CC-NUMA or organization. CC-NUMA cache coherent non-uniform memory access. So in this slide we can see that the each node is having its own multiprocessor or SMPs. So the collection of SMPs creates actually the CC-NUMA system. So each node in the CC-NUMA system includes some memory. From the point of view of the processor, there is only single addressable memory with each location having the unique system-wide address. So here there is only single memory. When the processor initiates memory access, if requested memory location is not in that processor cache, which are available in the form of L1 cache or L2 cache, then initiate the it search for the L2 cache, and if it is also not available in the L2 cache initiate the fetch operation. If the desired line in the local portion of the main memory, the line is fetched across the local bus. So from this local bus, the data is getting fetched. If desired line is in remote portion of the main memory, then automatic request is sent out to fetch the line across the interconnection network, deliver it to the local bus. So from that, the actual request is being sent from the interconnect network, and wherever this information is available, that will be able to deliver. So all this activity is automatic and transferred to the processor and its cache. So at the same time, all the processor can be able to see that what information is getting transferred, what information is getting shared. So it is transferred. So this is one of the very good advantage of the NUMA systems. In this configuration, cache coherence is a central concern. Although implementation differs as it to detail, in general terms, we can say that each node must maintain some sort of directory that gives an indication of the location of various portions of memory and also cache status information. So it should have some directory that interconnect network, how the interconnect network is connecting to that. But every local input output device and the memory should have the directory that it should keep the information of the sharing between the different nodes of in the NUMA system. So this is the NUMA system, which is connection of that. And the most important thing in the CC NUMA system is the how the cache is coherent and how the information can be shared between them. Nextly, we are going to discuss some of the advantages and disadvantages of the NUMA system. The main advantage of the CC NUMA system is that it can deliver the effective performance at a higher level of parallelism than SMP without requiring the major software changes. So there is a very small software changes, and the same kind of things which we are observing in the multiprocessor can be observed over here. Bus traffic on an individual nodes is limited to demand that bus can handle. So bus traffic is because it is in internal bus traffic, it can be handled by the internal bus itself. And if many of the memory access are remote nodes, the performance will begin to break down. So this is one of the disadvantages, that if at the same time more number of nodes try to access these things, it can be able to, or it maybe comes under the disadvantages of that. There is a reason to believe that this performance breakdown can be avoided. First, the use of L1 and L2 cache is designed to minimize all memory access, including remote ones. If much of the software has good temporal locality, then remote memory access should not access it. Second, if the software has a good spatial locality and if the virtual memory is in use, then the data is needed for an application will reside on the limited number of frequently used pages that can be initiated loaded into the main memory local to the running application. So this breakdown can be also avoided. So that is being said that even if the performance breakdown due to the remote access is addressed, there are two other disadvantages of CC NUMA approaches. The first is CC NUMA does not transparently look like a SMP. So it is somewhat different. Somewhat it look like a cluster. So software changes will be required to move the operating system and application from the SMP. So software changes are very much important in the case of that. These include the page allocation, process allocation, and load balancing by the operating system. And the second concern is that availability. Second concern is that availability. There is a rather complex issue depends on the exact implementation of CC NOVA systems. So these are the NOVA advantages and disadvantages, because of which its implementation can be depends upon where or how we can able to share the memory at a in a single system. So this covers about the topic about the CC NOVA.